Hello dear students, in today's video we will learn about animals and their adaptations. Like plants, animals also develop certain features which help them to survive in the environment. The process of developing these features in order to adjust in the changes in the environment is called as adaptation. The animals that do not or cannot adapt the change are slowly die. For example, dinosaurs. Now, the animals can be divided into two groups based on the presence and absence of backbone into vertebrates and invertebrates. Animals that have backbone are called as vertebrate animals, and the animals which do not have backbone are called as invertebrate animals. Animals with no backbone are insects, crabs, snails, octopus, etc. Animals with the backbone can further be divided into groups like fish, birds, mammals, reptile and amphibians. Animals that are able to live in varied and different habitat have developed different modes of movement, breathing, feeding habits and body changes. Now let us study about them in detail. Movement in animals. Animals move from one place to another for various reasons. They move in search of food, to build, to have a shelter, or to escape from their enemies. They have limbs or other body parts which help them to move. The animals, the ability to move from one place to another is called as locomotion. Movement in fish. The locomotion in fish is called as swimming, and it is performed with the help of organ called as fins. The streamlined body of fish helps the fish to swim easily. The unpaired fins in the fish helps it to stabilize, whereas the paired fins help to steer and balance itself in the water. The tail and the fin help the fish to move from forward direction. Movement in insects. Insects like butterfly, housefly, mosquitoes, they have 3 pairs of legs and 1 pair of wings. Both wings and legs are attached to the exoskeleton plates using muscles, which helps the wings to flap movement while flying. They use their legs for walking, hopping, and wings for flying. Movements in amphibians. Amphibians like frogs can live both on land and water. The adult frog locomotes by crawling and jumping with the help of forelimbs and hind limbs. They can swim in water with the help of their webbed feet. Movement in reptiles. Reptiles such as turtle, crocodile, snake and lizards have different unique ways of locomotion. Turtles and crocodiles swim in water with the help of paddle-like and webbed feet, respectively. Snakes crawl on the ground with the help of their whole body, muscles and ventral scales. Lizards and crocodiles use their short limbs and stomach to crawl on the ground. Lizards can climb on both wall and pads between the paws. Movement in mammals. Many mammals or animals have 4 limbs. The front limbs are called as forelimbs, and the limbs that are back are called as hind limbs. Some use all the 4 limbs for the movement, and some use only hind limbs. Some animals stand on the or rest on their hind limbs and hold things with the forelimbs. Horses, sheep walk on their forelimbs. Monkeys, kangaroos, they jump or uses their forelimbs to hold things and stand on their hind limbs. Human beings use their hind limbs for walking, running, playing, etc., swimming. The legs help them to stand straight and have erect posture. The forelimbs or arms are used to hold objects. Herbivores have hooves to travel long distance in search of plants. Most of them are sure-footed and can come or move in rough terrains. Movement in birds. Birds that fly well have well developed wings, feathers, and strong flight muscles. They have light body weight. They have hollow bones which are filled with air. This makes their body light and they can fly easily. These birds can fly in the air flapping their wings. There are some birds which cannot fly, like aquatic birds such as duck. Duck have webbed feet for swimming in water. Birds such as penguin, ostrich have very heavy body and cannot fly, but they have developed their other features. Penguins swim fast, ostrich can run fast. Aquatic animals like whales have flippers or modified arms that help them to swim, whereas mammals like bats uses wings for locomotion. Their wings are formed of thin layers of skin stretched between the arms and the legs. Migration. Migration in nature, many birds and animals move from one place to another in search of food or to breed or and many other things due to seasonal changes, etc. Seasonal movement of birds and animals from one place to another is called as migration. Dragonflies, monarch butterfly, African elephants, and salmonfish are some examples of this migration. Dragonflies migrate to south part of Asia during the winters. Monarch butterfly, which are native to North America, migrate to south part of America or California to spend their winters. African elephants migrate in search of food during the wet and dry season. Salmon fish migrates from salt water to fresh water for reproduction. Other organs of feeding. Herbivores like horses have sharp front teeth or insects for cutting the plants. They also have strong and broad molars for chewing. Rodents like rats, squirrels have long and sharp front teeth to gnaw the seed and fruits. Carnivores like wolf, lion, shark, fox have to eat flesh of other animals. So they have sharp and pointed canine to tear the flesh. They also have strong grinding teeth to chew the flesh and crushing teeth. Prey like they feed on the prey like eagles and kites to have strong, sharp, and hooked beak, which is used for tearing the flesh. Many aquatic animals like sharks also are carnivores. They are strong and they have strong jaws and teeth, sharp teeth. Insects like mosquitoes, butterflies have a feeding tube called as proboscis to suck the liquid. Mosquitoes have a long needle-like proboscis, whereas butterfly have a called as whereas butterflies have a called proboscis. Breathing process in animals. The organs that carry out exchange of gases are called as respiratory organs. All the animals breathe in oxygen to survive, and oxygen helps to change digested food into energy. During this process, the carbon dioxide gas is released. This process is called as photosynthesis. Since carbon dioxide gas is not needed by the body, it is breathed out or exhaled. Different animals breathe in different ways. Land animals directly breathe in or inhale oxygen present in the atmosphere. Aquatic animals breathe in oxygen dissolved in water. Breathing in insects. Most most insects breathe through a passage or special opening called as spiracles. The air reaches inside the body by the series of small pieces of spiracle or trachea. Breathing in fish. Fish breathe through gills. A fish breathes by taking water into its mouth and forces it out from the gill passage. As the water passes over the thin wall of gills, the oxygen dissolved moves into the blood and travels in different parts of the fish. Breathing in amphibians. Amphibians can live in water as well as on land. The adult amphibians can breathe through lungs and their skin, whereas the habitat or babies live in water and breathe through gills. Breathing in reptiles. A lot of reptiles live on land, but some of them also live in water. They breathe through lungs, but crocodiles do not have gills, so they breathe by raising head above the water surface. Breathing in birds. Birds breathe through lungs. They have body holes known as nares on both the sides. Breathing in mammals. Mammals breathe through nose. A pair of lungs is there. Water mammals like whale, dolphin also possess a pair of lungs so that they cannot breathe underwater and have to come to the surface to breathe. Instead of nostrils, they have a blowhole for breathing. When they breathe in oxygen from the air into their body through a blowhole, when they breathe out, the carbon dioxide leaves the body through a blowhole along with some water. Feeding habits in animals. All the living things need food to grow, to get energy, and to stay healthy. Different animals eat different foods. Their body and mouth parts are suitable for different eating habits. Body covering in animal. Animals have different body coverings to adapt and to live comfortably. So first one, feather. Birds have feather. They have feather. Feather keeps them warm and help them to fly. Scales. The overlapping scales of snake or fish. Do not let the environment harm. Snakes and lizards have scales for protection. And fish have scales so that they cannot let the water enter the body. Reptiles such as crocodiles also have scales for protection. Shells. Shell is a very hard outer covering. It protects the soft body of animals such as snails, tortoise, and ostrich. Fur and wool. Some animals, such as sheep, have a special body covering called as wool. It keeps their body warm. The thick fur of polar bear or Arctic fox protects them from extreme cold. Other body coverings. Some animals blend easily in their background, hence, they become difficult to spot. For example, the color and strips on the body of a tiger blend with the forest background, which is called as camouflage. They camouflage This camouflaging helps a tiger to stalk its prey without spotting. A porcupine has a sharp needle-like spine like quills on their body for protection against the animal. Animals such as armadillos have hard armor-like plates that cover and protect them from enemies. Thank you for listening.